Section 1, 100 plus profitable evergreen niches. And you guys are going to have to let me know in the private group, do you say it as niche or niche? Because I've heard people say it both ways. And if you say it as niche, you're going to have to forgive me because I'm going to be saying niche throughout the whole course. So, the fact is, guys, there's several 7-figure cash cow YouTube channels that have proven it does not matter how good your video is, it doesn't matter how good your thumbnail is, your title, your keywords, none of that matters if you're creating content in a niche that no one's watching videos in. And although evergreen niches that I'm going to show you today can give you a good direction to start, you're still going to want to do a logic test and really look at proven data to help make your first decision. And that's why I'm going to be going through a ton of examples of proven successful niches so that you can start to get a feel for what works and what's a waste of time. So the list and everything that I'm about to show you, the whole course is focused on creating a cash cow YouTube channel, right? Which you probably already know what is. If you don't, I don't know why you're even in the course. But if you're looking to grow your own personal YouTube channel, you can implement most of these same growth strategies and you'll still see results on that type of channel as well. But I'd still suggest doing the same research in chapter 1 because at the end of the day, if you're making videos that nobody's watching other videos about, you're doomed, right? You're going to fail. And so we're going to take a look at over 100 niches, as well as a few of the top niches that are best for beginners and the easiest to get started in. And so the top 3 best niches to get in for this year is tech, business, and scary stories. And if you're indecisive and you can't make a decision with this whole list that I give you down here, pick one of these 3, don't even question it, and go with it. Right? But if you want to pick a different niche like restaurants or mystery or cooking or pets or guitar, whatever, you're just going to have to do a little extra verification because these will work. But I wouldn't recommend starting your first channel in any of these. If this is your first time starting a channel, you've never created a cash cow channel before, pick one of the top 3, right? Don't do anything else because these are incredibly easy to get started in, right? Tech, business/luxury, and scary stories are the easiest, the 3 best niches for beginners to get started in this year. So here's some more niches, right? And there's so many of these, so many of them, over 100. There's conspiracy theories, makeup, celebrity, mystery, gaming, life hacks, cooking, muscle building, science. I'm not going to read through all of them, but there's just so many. Yoga, math, fashion, painting, pranks, restaurants, blogs, parenting, tests, quizzes, VR, reviews, driving. So many of them. Right, and I've tested all of them. And these 3 right here, tech, business/luxury, and scary stories are the best to get started in, especially for your first time creating one of these channels. So I would pick one of these and don't even question it. Now, there are a few niches though that you should absolutely avoid at all costs, right? Please do not ever start a channel in these niches because you're going to be in for a ride, right? Let's just say that you're going to have a lot of headaches to deal with. So the first one is sports. Now, I actually used to recommend sports because it can be a good niche, right? If you know what you're doing and you know how to avoid copyright issues. But for beginners, don't even try it. It's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. Movies, also, it has copyrighted footage in it. TV shows, copyrighted. Anything that's heavily copyrighted, which you can kind of use like a common sense test. Music would be another one. Don't create a music channel. A lot of music is copyrighted. And really avoid any niche that is not on this list. Or this top 3 list right here. Avoid any ones that aren't on that list. Another one to avoid is random compilation videos that don't have a voiceover and transformative edits. And what I mean by that, and we'll pull up an example here so you can see. So here's an example, right? They don't have a voiceover. They're not adding any edits. It's literally just random clips. And I guarantee they're running into a lot of copyright issues if they're not paying for expensive licenses to actually use the clips. So it's just clips on top of clips. There's nothing added to it at all. This is a good example because they're adding a voiceover, they're making it their own.
God played a prank on us. Where do you think this guy is aiming? Yep, he hit a drop of water.
Right, so they're making it their own, but you don't need to worry too much about that right now. It's just an example of what to avoid. I would not recommend starting a channel like this one. This one's very popular, but it's not something that you should get into as a beginner. And guys, the main factor when you're picking a niche, it comes down to how it's done for other channels, right? You don't want to just choose a niche just because you like it. You got to make sure that it's getting enough traffic to see meaningful results. And that's especially the case if you select one of the niches I listed that aren't one of the top 3. Just because I put this list here, you still need to do a kind of a validation check in the next video to make sure that it's actually going to be a good one. But I would recommend, again, the top 3 for this year. If you can't pick one, flip a coin, pick one, and let's move on, right? Tech, business, luxury, and scary stories are the top 3.